YouTube, it is Darius Aiden once again back to bother you guys with my utter useless nonsense. But you wouldn't be here if you didn't love it, so don't pretend that you don't. Anyway, before you guys ask, as you can see my whole screen is kind of wonky. Actually I did that on purpose this time. Usually I don't care which way it's facing. My hair's still the same way and this is still where it always is. And everything's just switched sides. I did that on purpose because if I didn't do that, then my nifty little signs I made wouldn't be backwards, and that would be really weird and confusing. Anyway, I'm here to, let's just say I got bit with a little bug of inspiration the other day and kind of realized that I feel like it's time to actually sometimes give my videos a point, and sometimes they still don't have a point to them. I have decided to call these little segments that are going to be on whatever I damn well please to have them be on. They are going to be called, I don't know why it has to be so long, but it has to be really long for some reason. The Many Revelations of the Almighty PHUCK. And I've decided to spell fuck like this. Look. Haha, I can't spell. And that is pink. Why? Because that's the only Sharpie I could find. Now, what does this mean other than the fact that I can't spell? It actually has a meaning. It doesn't really make sense, but that's okay. The profoundly, oh, I gotta get used to this. That's confusing. Profoundly, I have really nice handwriting. Look at it. The profoundly half-baked, that's me, I'm gooey inside, underrated and underpaid, chaotic, as always, know-it-all. Look at all these hyphens. That means that it's one word, just like Rebecca Romaine Stamos, who would have been much better off if she stayed with John, because John was awesome. And so, what is this going to be about other than the fact that I can't spell and the fact that I believe hyphens make everything one word? Well, I figured since it's July, we're going to do a little, I'm going to start this off with something that kind of pisses me off more than a lot of things. America. Guess what, guys? I live in America, but you know what? I kind of sometimes don't like it. For reasons, sometimes, other times it's just because I'm a rebel, but America was built by rebels, so I'm just following my forefathers, and if you don't like it, suck it! So, anyway, most of my family is really extremely pro-American, and which means that July really sucks for me, because I'm not so very much pro-American. Wow, self-hating American, I know, so original. I don't really hate Americans, I just don't like America that much. I also don't like a lot of the American standards, mostly based on gender for obvious I can't talk. Obvious reasons if you know anything about me. Anyway, so America kind of burns my cookies sometimes. Yes, sure, I'm happy to live here, and I'm glad that I'm not living somewhere where there is no internet and where I have to eat crumbs and bugs off of the ground. Yeah, sure, I'm happy, but you know what? I don't know any better than to supposedly like living here. I think that the media kind of brainwashes us into believing that we have it so great, when really I don't think we have it much better than some other people out there. I don't know why Americans seem to think that living in Europe would be so absolutely horrible. I know plenty of people who live in Europe who are very happy being there, and I don't know why it's so bad, but apparently people think it is. My mother tried to give me, we kind of batted out with the whole idea of me not liking America the other night, which is probably part of why I'm making this. But she told me that I should be happy to live here and be thankful to live here because I can get a sex change here. you know what? That's not a good enough reason, because there are other countries where you can get sex changes, guys. And actually, there is one country, which I can't say, and I can't remember how to spell it, but I know it's out there, where they will pay for your entire surgery because of their religious beliefs, because they believe God made a mistake, and so they will fix it for free. Pretty much. They will pay for the entire thing through the government, which I think is awesome. Because it really sucks when you live in a body that doesn't feel right, so you're trying to fix it, and you don't have the money to do it, and so it's like you're pretty kind of fucked, you know. But that's my opinion on this. And then other opinions I have on this is the fact that I don't really believe in America. Yay! Wow! I think Americans are a myth. You know, all perfect, honestly. And please throw the flaming rocks now. Go ahead, aim right here. Can't miss it. It's really big, and especially the nose. Oh god, it's huge. How can we claim to be American when all of our forefathers came from Britain anyway? Britain, England, whatever you want to call it, that area. I don't get it. So basically, you're telling me that we can just grab a handful of people, stick them somewhere else, and after centuries, they become new people who have no ties to the old countries, which I think is absolute bogus. I really wish that I could happily say that I was European, but I'm not allowed to. And real Europeans who still live in Europe get very mad at me because I don't have the same accent that they do, so I'm not allowed to say that I'm European. Even though all of my family traces back to Britain/England and Denmark. I couldn't remember what it's called. I would be so much happier if I could proudly say I am Danish or I am British, but no, I can't. And I think that kind of majorly sucks. Yeah. You know what, guys? One last thing before I go. If you don't agree with my opinions on the subjects that I'm going to cover in this little awesome segment I have, you know what? I don't care. I'm sorry, but I really don't. If it makes you unhappy when I say these kind of things, no one is forcing you to watch them or to listen to me. I guess that is one of the very few things I like about living in America, is I can kind of say whatever I want within reason. And no one can do anything about it unless I am offending someone or am, you know, degrading someone else. Then no one can say anything about it, and that's pretty nice. Woot, First Amendment. So, oh, yeah, and if this one bothered you, then stay away from the rest of my little fuck segments, because they probably won't get any better, because I like to talk about controversial subjects, and that's probably what all of these will be about. Be prepared to hear about immigration, abortion, a lot of atheism, because guess what, guys? I don't believe in God. I'm a revolutionary. Oh, hell yes, that is right. Anyway, I am gonna go ahead and go now. And wow, I'm really oily and gross. I'm sorry, guys, if the shine, like, totally blinded you. But before I go, I'm going to introduce you to my grandma's puppy, who is related to my puppy. They are sisters, and they're very cute. If I cannot drop my laptop. Punky! Punky, look up! That is my grandma's puppy. Her name is Punky. She's pretty cute, but she's kind of crazy, and she likes to lay on my bed and lay on me while she's laying on my bed. And she's really quite big. Yeah, she's cute. Yes, I know. Anyway, so now I'm finished and am feeling fantastically greasy and oily and could probably, you know, fry an egg in all the grease coming off of myself, which is great. So, ta-ta for now, guys.